What is good, YouTube? What's you here with a video on Captain America: A Brave New World, aka Captain America 4. Now, this information isn't actually new. It's been up for at least 2 days, but I didn't actually think it was real, so I didn't cover it. But it turns out it actually is 100% true. What is Marvel doing? No wonder the actor playing the leader came out and said they filmed the whole movie twice, but the original test screen information that came out over a year ago, they've removed pretty much all the good parts from this movie. What is Marvel doing? I thought Marvel was back on track, but maybe they've just ruined everything they were doing. I don't know. So, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. Subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below what are you most freaking excited for when it comes to the MCU. Also, check us out on Instagram at WarStew to see the beauty face behind the beauty voice, and check us out on Twitter, WarStewG. Right, so let's go back to where this information actually comes from. So there's a plot leak on Reddit. So Alex Perez debunked this and said, no, it's not true. But this is why I like Alex Perez. He came out and admitted he was wrong, which is cool because not many scoopers do that. So there was a test screening recently, and the plot leak on Reddit is actually unbelievably true, which I didn't actually think it would be true. So the original plot is actually way better than the plot we are getting, unless they change things again. I mean, they're nerfing the Red Hulk. Let's just break it down, lads. So, movie opens with Sam on a mission going after the Serpent Society. They were supposed to lead Sam and Joaquin to the buyer of the package, aka the adamantium, and Team Island was supposed to be a massive thing. So Escobar's character, who's playing Sidewinder, has some nuns hostage and sprouts very generic dialogue: secure the package, take no prisoners, etc. Sam fights the Serpent Society dude with the golden fang knives. The guy has super soldier strength, but Sam beats him before more soldiers arrive. Sidewinder gets away, and I think that's the last you hear of him. Sam takes Joaquin to be trained by Isaiah Bradley, followed by a training montage with Sam and Joaquin and Isaiah throwing around punching bag. Sam is invited to the White House. He decides to bring Isaiah and Joaquin, and then they party in a limo on the way to the White House. They take a picture with President Ross. Harrison Ford tells Isaiah, I gotta do the trick and the pony show, but stick around. I want to get to know you better. Ross and Sam meet up. He tells him, I need you to lead the Avengers. Sam goes, what if we don't see eye to eye? Ross replies, then we'll figure it out together. Ross is almost assassinated by Isaiah Bradley, as well as other mind-controlled soldiers and security guards in the room. Sam chases Isaiah out into the streets, where Isaiah comes to and doesn't know where he is. He's arrested. Obviously, he's being mind controlled. Sam and Joaquin look at the security footage inside the White House and see that Isaiah looks down at his phone and he is hypnotized by the flashing lights. Later, we see the other soldiers and security guards in the room also got the same flash on their phone lights. Sam and Joaquin decide to get to know who is behind all of this and come across Tim Blake Nelson as the leader with a weird molded on brain-shaped rubber cap and slightly green skin. It's worth saying that apparently this is actually, there was no VFX finished. It was a test audience based plot lead. The leader has been visited by Ross many times because Ross was dying and turned to the leader to help him, which in turn caused him to Hulk out if his blood pressure rises. Ross has to eat lollipops as a form of medication. Are you freaking kidding me? Lollipops? Really? Ruth, aka Saber, starts to take Ezekiel Bradley into the containment after another mind control attempted assassination. In a prison, he goes, I will not be locked up in a box again. Ruth decides to also track down breadcrumbs leading to Stern the Leader, where she comes across and very briefly teams up with Sam and Joaquin. They go to Stark Technologies, where they meet Amadeus, who is the smartest engineer there. He's also a form of the Hulk. I don't know where they found this actor, but he's not very good at all. Sam says something about Pepper, but we never actually see her. President Ross is bunkered down away from danger and is trying to get the world leaders to agree on a peace treaty, and is having trouble with Japan getting on board after Japan thinks America robbed it of its atomium. The whole movie was supposed to be based around getting the atomium. This leads to Torres and Wilson meeting up with Ross as American battleships and Japanese battleships fight with each other in a big set piece near the head of the Tiamat in the Indian Ocean, Tiamat Island, essentially. Big CGI-filled action scene ends with Torres falling out of the air into the water, but then is rescued by a medic. As Torres is in the hospital recovering, Bucky Barnes swings by to check on Sam, makes a speech, jokes about how it was written, and then says he has a fundraiser to get to and dips out of the movie there. So literally a 5-second cameo. Ross finds out he's been set up by Stern, aka the leader, to make Japan and the other world leaders not want to work with him because of the reasons, something to do with Serpent Society, stealing an adamantium or something. I don't know, it wasn't very clear. But Ross goes to do a press conference at the White House where all of a sudden the leaders vaguely portrayed mind control sound starts playing through the speakers, eventually causing President Ross, to literally Hulk out. Sam meets the leader who admits his evil plan and thinks Sam will die because he's not Steve Rogers. Sam says, I love to prove people wrong. Sam shows up to the scene with Hulk and the two tear up the White House. Very January 6th invoking imagery at times. They eventually start hashing it out, and the fight concludes with Sam stabbing one of his wings into Ross's side. I presume it means the Hulk, which causes him to transfer back to Harrison, but he's all scratched up. He isn't indestructible like the Red Hulk. So they've basically dwarfed the Hulk. They've nerfed the Hulk. So the Hulk gets stabbed by Captain America, the wannabe Captain America. Really? Like, this is not even close to being as good as the original one. Ross is locked up in the raft, is told by Sam, how does it feel to be locked up? Ross is like, well, at least I'm safe. And they made a point to have Sam literally say to the president, thank you for taking accountability for your own actions and turning against yourself, involuntary. Where Ross is then met by his daughter, Betty, and Hobo does Liv Tyler look Botoxed up to the high heaven. Sam visits Torres in the hospital. They joke about Torres being from Miami and visiting Wakanda to get new wings. Mid-credits scene, Sam visits the leader in the raft, mentions something about giving Hulk juice to Amadeus. So yeah, okay, they're teasing another Hulk. Why don't you just use the actual Hulk though? And Stern goes, something big and bad is coming. And Sam's like, I'll be ready. That's it. No one else shows up. I don't know if it's referring to Doctor Doom or the incursion or what the leader is supposed to be all knowing, but they did a weak job. No payoff with Bradley, Isaiah's character. No payoff for the supposed Avengers team. And Sam was supposed to form. Yeah, they really have changed the mood. I mean, the plot leak we went over a few months back actually sound decent. There's no setup here. I mean, I guess we're going to have people writing, yeah, this sets up World War Hulk movie. Well, it doesn't, because people keep saying they own the rights. They've got the rights back off Universal for a Hulk movie. No, they haven't. Show me the freaking receipts. Show me evidence. Because if they had the rights to the Hulk movie, they had the rights back to the Hulk, they would have made a freaking Hulk movie already. One line, something big and bad is coming, is setting up the next Avengers team. Ridiculous. Not enough scenes between Sam and Joaquin to establish a relationship. Makes us feel any kind of attachment towards them. So yeah, basically, you're not going to care for this movie. The leader's goals were vague, and his methods of doing what he was doing even vaguer. It played like CW's version of DC's Brainiac, only worse. Actress who played Ruth didn't bring anything to the character. Felt like she was only in the movie because they needed a Black Widow type character, but ultimately she added nothing. Mackie and Harrison are good, but Harrison hulking out was unintentionally hilarious. Definitely the highlight of the movie. Sam's only vibranium Captain's shield and wings without multiple heavy hits from Red Hulk that would have absolutely destroyed his body. Considering his suit was not vibranium, Sam still hasn't got this super soldier serum. He would be broken, bloody pulp after Hulk full force punches him multiple times and not even cracked ribs on Sam's part. Yeah, I mean, Sam Wilson playing Captain America, he's never going to get the serum. That's kind of part of his storyline, right? That's never going to happen. But somehow he bodies the Red Hulk with his wings. The Hulk smashes him in the face multiple times, not even a scratch on him. I mean, I know this isn't the final cut, but what the freaking hell are they doing? Serpent Society was pretty much non-existent in the movie. Maybe a total of 7 minutes was devoted to them. Them being strong dudes with golden fang knife and Sidewinder. No other members showed. Sadly, SBO offered very little. He had more to do in Metropolis, which is saying something. Overall, halfway decent movie. Not bad, not good. Entertaining for the most part. But feels like it's just repeating plot points from both The Winter Soldier and Civil War, making the entire story feel way too safe, predictable, and by the numbers. Whole thing plays out very much like something that belongs on Disney+. Harrison Ford being the aspect that makes it belong in cinemas. Some of the action is pretty good. Awkward pacing that could be cleaned up by the time the final version comes out, but the story feels a bit too derivative of the other Captain movies. Zemo framing Bucky is like Stern framing Isaiah Bradley. Sam and Joaquin on the run in a truck driving to an underground bunker like Nat and Steve in WTS. Air battle at time it similar to the climax of The Winter Soldier. Hulk Cap fight was teased the entire movie, but only lasted about 5 minutes. Only cameos were Betty, Bucky, Amadeus. Movie never really showed us why Sam is Captain America or why he should continue to lead the Avengers. And people give me absolute when I say he's not the Captain America yet. The reason I say that is because the general audience, the general population, have no idea why he's Captain America because they've just thrown him into this role randomly with no setup. If this is going to be the final movie, then goddamn, you think the Joker 2 reviews are bad? This movie's going to get absolutely train wrecked. Now, I guess you could say they set up Doctor Doom in a way, or they set up Null, or they set up a greater threat by having the leader say, yeah, there's something bad coming. There's something big and bad is coming. But that doesn't really say much. And saying they're setting up the World War Hulk movie by saying, oh, Amadeus, I gave him the Hulk juice. Really? They've been setting up the World War Hulk movie since Thor Ragnarok, since She-Hulk. I mean, I see on Twitter all the time, people keep saying, yeah, we're getting a World War Hulk movie. Where's the receipts? Do you actually have the rights back from Universal? So you're going to see this going around everywhere now. The ending post-credit scenes for Captain America, Brave New World Order, after reshoots, set up World War Hulk project, and connect to the multiversal saga. Literally no context is given here outside of what was posted in the Reddit leak 2 days ago. Via Reddit, basically. Yeah, you're going to see this kind of Captain America 4 info coming out over the next few days. But like I keep saying, most of the information that turns out to be true actually comes from test screening, comes from Reddit, and then scoopers will make out it's their info. Pretty darn funny movie. Absolute train wreck. We did go over the original plot leak, which sounds like it's way better than what this is. Hopefully, Marvel looks at the bad reception that this is going to get and they decide to change plot points again because, goddamn, this plot leak, the storyline is pretty bad, let's be honest, lads. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarStew, check us out on Twitter, WarStewG, and I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.